That's a mess.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful mess.
Floor. I'm waiting on a fill. I gotta pay $800 and I don't have it.
There's no double deck open. Have a good one. What? Yeah, please.
So the most that you can do, let's see, 400, yeah, 400.
All right.
All right, how do you want this one?
All green, please.
All green?
Yeah. No.
Hey everyone, it's Goodyear. Today we're observing one of my recent card counting sessions. The game I'm playing in this session is a double deck game with some terrible rules that are designed to deter card counters. I'll explain more about their crappy rules as we go, but this is the bet spread I'll be using. As you can see, I bet based on the true count. The true count is determined by dividing the running count by the number of decks left in play. I'll update the true count in the top right corner so that you can follow along with my mental process. I got over 4 hours of footage from this session, so to keep things interesting, I've cut out almost all of the minimum betting. I'm about to raise my bets, and at this point in the session, I am in for $1,700. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record every hand I played, so I'm not able to keep track of what I'm up or down throughout the session, so you'll have to stick around until the end to find out. At this point, I'm doubling my 11 for $800, so the guy next to me asked what he should do with his 13. The math says that he can't impact my odds, so I told him to do whatever he'd like.
I don't care what you do.
Play the book. You want to see it?
Face down.
Alright, go one.
Time to find out if you screwed me. I'm just kidding.
Face.
This was a nice $1,200 win, but we're about to see one of those weird rules that I mentioned. This casino will not allow me to add a hand in the middle of the shoe. This is one of the more commonly seen countermeasures against card counters.
Can I play 3 hands?
Yeah. No, not anymore. You already started the shoe.
Okay.
So you can start
Off
with
the
3,
hop.
but you can't go back up.
Got it.
Alright, so our true count also tells us when to deviate from basic strategy. There's a deviation that tells me to take insurance on a double deck game at a true count of 2.5 or above. Blackjack wasn't there, which is a bummer, but can we address how insanely laid back this casino is? Nowhere else in America can you literally leave your phone sitting on the felt. They're so worried about card counters that they've modified their blackjack game to the point where it almost isn't blackjack anymore, but literally anything else goes.
Oy.
I still had a solid true count, so again, max bets of 2 by $400 is going out, and again, I have to buy insurance.
Damn. Yep. Oy.
I'm glad that I got this session on camera because you'll get to see the highs and lows that are possible with Advantage Blackjack. The advantage we gain over the casino is very small, only about 1 to 2%. which means that you might only see profits over thousands of hands played. Like, take this shoe for an example. I had the advantage on almost every single hand of the shoe, so I was throwing money around the entire time, and overall, I profited just $75. You've got to be throwing money around for a long time as an advantage player in order to guarantee profits. This is where the session started to get fun. Do you hear that giggle? I'm laughing because I got paid a $400 blackjack in all red and green chips because that tray is empty.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
That blackjack was nice, but I still had $800 out and needed a dealer bust. But look at the call the dealer makes right here.
Give me a 7. Give me a face.
He just pulled out a near perfect call, which I was happy about. I'm glad that he was cheering for me. But now we had another issue because he didn't have enough money in the tray to pay me.
I'm waiting on a fill. I gotta pay $800 and I don't have it. Don't get snotty. Customers waiting.
He's sick of your shit. What did you
The
do
banter
today?
between the staff was hilarious. But anyway, we waited for the fill to come. This is the second time I've ever seen this in my career where they have to do a fill with cards on the table.
Go ahead, bring it in. I'll smooth this shit over. Oh, love it. She's gonna need more though. We're gonna call you back in 5 minutes for another fill.
I didn't catch the beginning of this shoe on camera, so I'm not even sure what the true count was leading into this, but I just had to show you guys because I thought this is so funny. They get me paid with cards on the table, and then I proceed to do just the craziest color up.
What?
Well, I don't want that in front of me.
Color up 1,800.
Pretty underwhelming that that huge stack of chips was only worth $1,800. So let's move on.
We're gonna land, I don't know.
Not even an hour after I cleared the tray, I started losing all of my max bet hands. At this point, I had given back all of my black chips and was now in for $2,700. This is a good time to point out another way in which this casino has destroyed their blackjack game. If you take a look at the discard tray, you'll notice that there's only one deck in there, and the cut card has now come out. This means that they have told their dealers to cut their double deck shoe nearly in half, which makes it much less likely for the cards to shift in favor of the player. In a game this crappy, you really can't afford to make any mistakes that are going to lose you EV, and here I'm about to make a crucial one. The new shoe is starting, and I only have one hand out there. And like I mentioned before, I can't add a hand mid-shoe. It was just an error on my part, but now I'm going to have to play the remainder of the shoe with only one hand out there. My average EV for this session was $72 an hour, so with one hand out there, I've effectively just cut my hourly earnings in half for this shoe. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you might have noticed that I usually play only one hand anyway when I'm alone at the table. But when the table maximum is only $400, I need to add that additional hand to bump up my expected earnings. Here I'm utilizing a deviation which says to stand on 16 versus 10 in any positive count. Of course, it didn't work for me this time, but it was the correct mathematical decision. Now it's time to point out the worst of their crappy rules on this blackjack game. They will only allow you to double down on 9, 10, and 11. That means that I cannot double down my soft 19 right now, even though there is a deviation to do so.
This table did, however, offer surrender, which means that as long as the dealer doesn't have blackjack, I can forfeit my hand for half of my wager back.
Again, I had to buy insurance, and that move is still yet to work on this session. And here's another crappy rule. The dealer placing these cards face down tells me that you are not allowed to resplit aces.
That would have been insane if I was playing a side bet. If I would have known on that one hand.
See, you left your woman intuition.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
15.
19 or so.
See, there's one.
The horror persists on this session, and now we are in for 3,700. The buy-in is now at 4,700, which is kind of crazy just because the table max is only $400.
double down.
I know.
That sucks so bad.
I agree. Completely agree. 20.
See, look at
That
that.
would have worked.
I'd have
That
my
would've
money
worked.
back. I'd have
Yeah,
my money
we
back.
would be, yes.
After complaining about the terrible rules a few times, I got an answer as to why they had altered their game so much.
They got burnt one time by this out-of-towner who
Okay.
came in and like it was like
And they never forgot.
no, it was a card counter and like
Okay.
when after he came in and they adjusted all the rules.
And that stops them.
And well, I guess it stopped him from coming back in.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I think we might have 86 them as well.
Oh, really?
I think I'm not sure.
The dealer telling me this information further solidified my suspicion that this casino was not on to me. It seems as if they felt that altering their rules would be enough to keep card counters away, so for that reason, they had completely let their guard down.
Close, but
Just a 17 against you here.
9, 15. How's it going, man? I'll get you in on the new shoe, okay?
Please,
Come
add
on,
that
bust it
time.
one time for it. 17.
Yeah.
Scared of that? 16.
Begging to leave this table. We're having fun.
I want to deal with you. I don't want to take your money. Look, come on.
Both
Pay
of
the
them.
21. 19.
Yet again, I am forced to stand on my soft 19 instead of doubling down.
15. 16. Oh, what?
It's a miracle.
What just happened? Alright, let's
One of them.
You want to cut? You
My
want to
cut
cut?
is Thank you very much. I think you have to.
There's a common misconception that card counters win all the time. This could not be further from the truth. And this video is a good example of how perfect mathematical blackjack can still lead to bitter sessions. There is a deviation which prompts me to double soft 17 versus 2 at a true count of 1 or higher, but again, doubling soft totals isn't allowed at this blackjack table. At the end of the session here, I was really starting to recover some of my loss, so I was feeling good. But then you have something like that happen, and you can't help but just be a little bit discouraged. In contrast to what we've seen throughout this session, this was a beautiful hand. Blackjack and then a 4-card 20 to top it off, and I was just waiting for the dealer to pull a 21, but she only made 18. Shortly after this shoe, there was a dealer switch, and the new dealer was cutting over 1 full deck from play. This increases the volatility of the game, so I decided that I would cut my losses and call it a night. After 7.5 hours of play, I finished the session down $3,695. I usually play until back off, so it was actually kind of refreshing to leave the casino without being asked to leave the casino. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the video. I'm Goodyear from Blackjack Advisors, and if you'd like to see more content from my Advantage Blackjack journey, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.